It's Amanda and Jacob.
Yeah, I'm definitely Jacob.
And we're Tusk.
We're here to feed your brains with little known big stories.
Our first story takes us to Austin, Texas, to South by Southwest. Now let's go to our first correspondent that will touch a little bit more on the subject of South by Southwest, DeAndre Thornton.
Thanks, Amanda and Jacob. DeAndre here on location at South by Southwest in Austin, Texas. Now, the festival has come to an end, but there were many different premieres and presentations and keynotes that you just have to know about. Highlights from this year's festival include a keynote presentation by Lady Gaga. We've all seen it by now. She talks about her recent Backlash performance artist, Millie Brown, where she had Millie Brown vomit onto her as she was performing her song, Swine. She still stands by her art, saying the performance was art in its purest form. I don't know about you guys, but if someone were to vomit on me, I'm not sure my reaction would be positive. But if I was getting paid for said performance, let the show go on. Business mogul Sean P. Diddy Combs, Puff Daddy, Puffy, whichever one works for you, he brought his business savvy talent to South by Southwest also, where he discussed his new television show, Vault TV. He also discussed his past business deals, such as his Bad Boy record label. He described his television show, Vault TV, as TV for millennials, so it's just our whole generation, basically. If you're a millennial, and you most likely are if you're watching this, check it out. Fan-driven reboot Veronica Mars debuted at South by Southwest also, and it received a warm welcome. After being petitioned for online and receiving half its budget through Kickstarter, the movie premiered March 14, 2014. Fans are more than happy with the movie, saying that even though it had a 10-year gap, the movie still answered questions that were left fans just wondering at the end of the show in 2007. In the music world, both Rick Ross and Pitbull had live streaming concerts at South by Southwest. Rick Ross streamed this concert live via MySpace. It was to promote his latest album, Mastermind. And that's all I have for you. Have a good day.
And here's Jenny Lynn, one of our correspondents from Venezuela.
Thanks, Amanda and Jacob. So I'm going to talk about what is going on in Venezuela. Venezuela, a country with 30 million inhabitants, has been struggling the last few years, but now citizens cannot handle it anymore. That is why Venezuela students decided to take the streets since February 12th, and they haven't stopped since then. They are protesting against the government that hasn't managed their country really well. It is a reality. They are protesting because of the shortage, inflation, corruption, the high crime rate, and lack of basic goods, among others. Even though the Constitution states that citizens have the right to protest, the National Guard and the police are repressing students. It's something that has gone beyond. There had been 32 deaths, 461 injured, and 1,600 detentions. These numbers are going up as we speak. Protesters have been communicating through social media, such as Twitter and Facebook. It has been their only way to communicate since the government is censoring media and national TV stations will not broadcast what is happening on the streets, because if they do it, they will get shut down by the government. It is a serious situation not only for the Venezuelans, but as well for the global economy. Remember, Venezuela has the world's largest oil reserve, and it is the fourth largest exporter of oil to the United States. Venezuela have been many times now trending topic on Twitter with hashtags such as I'm Your Voice Venezuela, SOS Venezuela, and Venezuela Dies You're Silent. According to Comscore.com, Venezuela has the 5th highest Twitter penetration in the world. If you want to support those brave souls, you can always do it, at least by spreading their word on social media and letting the world know that there are severe human rights violations in Venezuela. Thank you.
Just thought you should know.
Now, social media has played a huge part when it comes to these countries and communication, and has also made its way into our daily routines. Technology has advanced so much that you can even download apps that you can use to stay up to date with what's going on these topics.
We're even traveling to one of Jupiter's moons.
Like in the movie Europa Report?
Exactly. Have you seen that movie?
I haven't seen that movie, but if I see that movie, can I technically say now I've traveled to one of Jupiter's moons?
I don't think that's how it works.
Correspondent on Europa, Sai Karate. Now this is not live.
Thanks, Amanda and Jacob. The U.S. government had actually, by law, sanctioned a trip to Europa in the not-so-distant future of the mid-20s. Throughout 2013 and 2014, NASA has, without ever asking the U.S. government for a single penny, acquired over $120 million in funding, which is pretty impressive. In other tech stories, Oscar Mayer had actually released an apparatus that connects to the bottom of your iOS device. It's an alarm clock, and you plug it in. When your alarm goes off, vapor emits to smell like bacon, and also like a little sizzling, crackling bacon smell. Bacon sound, that pops up as well. Personally, I think that's a horrible product. I don't know why you'd want to smell and hear bacon in the morning when it's not actually there, but to each their own. A student at Purdue University has been caught changing his grades. He did not go to any classes during his final semester and gave himself straight A's. Now, since being found out, he is going to serve 90 days in jail and be on probation for up to 4 years. In gaming-related news, a popular YouTube channel Machinima has recently raised $18 million in a funding campaign. Their biggest contributor being Warner Brothers. In a talk with the Machinima CEO, he describes Warner as a valued and opportunistic partner, and he was very glad to have them on. Just thought you should know.
Now, let's see how many facts we can spit out in about 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
Only 30 seconds.
Without saliva, you can't taste food.
Starfishes have no brains.
Rabbits like licorice.
Cows can't go downstairs.
Lord of the Rings was not a trilogy.
Porcupines can float.
The average person falls asleep in 7 minutes.
All pandas are owned by China. 1 minute kiss burns about 26 calories.
Hawaiian alphabet has 12 letters.
Ketchup was sold as a medicine in the 1830s.
Youngest pope was 11 years old.
Pearls melt in vinegar. For more news from Jacob and me.
Marley and me?
Thanks.